My first step is to understand the now and to go into whatever historical questions there might be from there. In terms of documents, the only things that are available are colonial documents. And that didn't interest me much because the amount that the colonialists knew about BaAka life was fairly limited. And there were some missionaries and other people living in the former Zaire who had written things, but they hadn't been living with the people the way I was or interested in what they were doing in the same way that I was. So those wouldn't have been of much interest, other than giving insight in terms of how the colonial administration was treating local people and how they were responding to that. The BaAka avoided much of the impact of colonialism, at least the direct impact, because they were in the forest and they weren't followed. What you have then is oral history, as people tell of their own stories. But again, BaAka, unlike a lot of other African cultures, only think back pretty much one generation. They think in terms of their clan. They don't tell stories about the great-great-grandfathers. They're stories about once upon a time when animals and people were equal and animals could talk. There's a whole side of popular music in Central Africa that is related. A lot of the popular bands are from this region, and they draw on traditional melodies and rhythms and harmonic styles in their pop music. They have their own various ethnic traditions, but also tend to be attracted to the BaAka music for their own adaptation in the pop style. And then there's this whole other layer of being aware of the fascination that Europeans and Americans have with the so-called pygmies and seeing that that's a way to get attention from the larger world. There was an example a few years ago. Alonzo King's Lions Ballet Company, based in San Francisco, worked on what he called a collaboration between a BaAka troupe put together by an entrepreneur from the city who had sort of handpicked a group of BaAka and who had toured around with that group and then brought them to collaborate with this dance company. But there was such a gulf between how the BaAka were conceiving what they were doing and what they were being asked to do and what the ballet dancers were doing and what the choreographer was doing.